Hello everybody and welcome back to Fawn of the Forest, the YouTube channel for sweet, sensitive woodland creatures. Today's topic is about being able to let go. We're going to think about something that we cannot seem to let go of, and I'll give advice for each pile on how to let go. So I'm going to play our game where we spin the wheel, and whatever number you land on, you can screenshot or take a photo on your phone. That's your pile. Or you can just use your intuition, whatever number 1, 2, or 3 is calling you most today. That's your pile. All right, so I'll see you in whatever reading you land on. Bye. Hi, pile number 1. Welcome to your reading. So we are looking today at a very interesting question, which is how can you let go? And it could be a situation, it could be a job, it could be anything. It could be, well, sorry about the glare. I'll turn that. There we go. That's a little better, hopefully. Lighting's a little weird in here, so bear with me. Okay. All right. So for you, let's see here. With the Justice card reversed, I get that you're caught up in the unfairness of what happened. And it seems that it was unfair. You lost something, and it's so interesting with the 7 of Pentacles right here in the middle that is reversed. When it's upright, I think of that as resting on your laurels. And yeah, I feel like you took a chance and it didn't pay off. And you put your neck out and it didn't pay off. And it's not fair, and you lost some resources in the process. And you're stuck on the unfairness aspect of it. Okay, separation, I see. Oh, I'm gonna cover those. So here we go. That's the second card. Okay. So we have the Lovers reversed, which is discord, a separation. We have the Strength reversed, which is vulnerability. And then we have the 9 of Pentacles, which could be a loss of some kind. I also think of it as kind of like wisdom that is hard earned, like wisdom that is really, really hard earned. And these are the lessons that I see as being present for you in this situation, despite the way that it stings. I get that you lost, you got separated. It might not have just been losing resources. I get that you maybe felt betrayed by somebody or felt like a friend didn't have your back. And you were vulnerable and people didn't step in to help you. And there was kind of like no other way this situation could have gone, because it had to teach you this life lesson. It had to make you wise. And one of the things that I think that I'm seeing here that it had to make you wise about is how important you are to yourself, and how no matter what anyone else does, it's good to trust people. It's good to love people. But no matter what anyone else does, like, you have to have your own back no matter what. And sometimes we get confused and we let those things fade off. We what I'm trying to say is we get seduced in a way. And I know that sounds more negative than I mean it to be, but we kind of let our guard down. And I think this is a struggle. This is a struggle with letting your guard down. I'm going to pull some more cards. What's with this struggle with letting your guard down? It's like not knowing whether to let your guard down. Yeah. Or to trust. Ooh, that's a heavy one. Yeah. I'm feeling how heavy. You want to like people and you want to get along with them, but it's difficult because of trust is what I'm seeing. You feel like people are not always honest about the things that they can offer And it could be that they're trying to be deceptive intentionally, or they genuinely don't realize that they don't have it to offer. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes that happens too. Either way, it leaves you in the lurch, and you don't like that. And you feel like people are snakes. You know, I see the snake right here. Like, you feel it's like that's one way you could go from these experiences, is to be like, people are snakes. I don't trust anybody. Don't trust anybody. Trust no one. That's the answer. And that might have to be the answer for you for a while, but it's because you've been burned, obviously, and like, to an extent, who can blame you, right? And yeah, it's that Seven of Pentacles reversed at the end, where you're just like, I just feel this hopelessness about people, where you just don't know if you can trust them again. It's just really intense energy for you right now. I feel you. Okay. All right. So we have the Hierophant reversed, which is something non-traditional, and the Hermit, which is being out of your comfort zone, and the Two of Wands reversed. Like, interesting. Like, that's like a mistake or something, or like, kind of like, what happened? I think you might just need some time to do your own thing and be like, you know, all right, I'm going to lick my wounds. I'm going to introspect, but I'm not going to isolate completely. I mean, maybe you want to kind of turn it down. I'm not saying you should. I think some of you listening might be feeling like you want to turn down the socializing in your life. But I'm seeing do not cut people off entirely. You know, maybe it's good to reassess trust for you. To just reassess what you're looking for in people. Like, I see some of you making lists like, these are my standards for people. And, you know, making it very, very basic. These are my standards for people. You don't have to get super, I think it works against you to get super specific. Like, they need to play the piano or something like that, you know, like that level of kind of, it doesn't matter. Or maybe it does, I don't know. But like, what's like really just bare bones basic, like, they need to be trustworthy, they need to be consistent, they need to be kind, they need to be generous, whatever it is that you're looking for. Because I think there's something in here where it's like, you get a little bit swept away by people sometimes, and it gets you to talk your way out of what's actually important to you and what actually matters to you. And that's something for you to work on, for you to have your own back. That's a big theme throughout this. Like, don't get swept away in somebody else's life. Don't get swept away in what they want. You have to maintain your own individuality when you merge with somebody, or whether that's business or whether it's love or whatever, career. Like, make sure you understand you, and and you're at a place where you value yourself. I think that's a big lesson that you're going to come out of with this. But yeah, I think it's through continuing to, you know, take what you've learned and apply it. Kind of like I was talking about earlier, but I think, like, continue to push yourself out of your comfort zone is what I'm hearing, and continue to just see this as a learning opportunity about yourself. Every experience, you learn more about yourself, and the better you know yourself, that's always a good thing. So I hope that was helpful for you, pile number 1, and thank you for listening. If you like that, you can like and subscribe. Hi, pile number 2. Welcome to your reading. We are looking at what you need to know to let go, to move on, whatever you're stuck on, whether that's a situation, a job, a person, a betrayal, whatever it is, whatever's on your mind that you cannot let go of, and it's causing you some angst. I'm hoping that this reading will be a point of clarity for you. So let's just jump right in. Okay, completion. Okay. Yeah. So the ending of a cycle, it wasn't what you expected it to be. Is what I'm hearing. It's like somebody who graduates high school and is like, I expected to feel amazing, but I feel empty. Or like that show BoJack Horseman, where he wins like an Oscar or whatever, and he's just not fulfilled, and he thought it would fulfill him. I'm getting that. I fought so hard, all that work, and what did it get me from Gypsy? With the Nine of Wands, yeah, you fought very, very hard for something, and you got it. And it just didn't fulfill you. And I guess that's the first thing. It's like this was supposed to make me happy and it didn't. That's the first bit of, well, I should have covered that. Whoops. That is the first message I'm getting from this. Okay. I think some of you, oh yeah, okay. There's people involved here. There's a lot of people. The High Priestess, the King of Pentacles, the King of Swords, two kings. Okay, there's a lot of masculine energy here, but then it's balanced by the High Priestess of Cool. I see a male, masculine, whatever you want to call it, presence with kind of a tendency to want to step out. Yeah. That's weird. Yes. And then another one, dude, this is coming strangely to me. I'm a little confused, honestly, with these cards. I think that you knew better about some people who came off very powerful, but you saw the dark side to them. Light and dark. You saw the dark side to them from the beginning. You're perceptive. You're what some people might call perspicacious. And yet, you went against yourself. You went against what you knew to be true. You went against your autonomy. And you know it. And that's what's been hard for you. That's like one aspect that's been really hard for you. Yeah. I see with the reverse Queen of Wands, like kind of like your imagination taking you for a ride, and not in a good way. Just thinking that someone was more than they were, and thinking that they were capable of something really special. And you had this beautiful fantasy, and like, I think some of you are very creative, obviously. I think we're all creative, but I feel like, you know who I'm talking about. Creative people, like creative girlies out there. Your minds are beautiful and you're able to imagine beautiful scenarios, but people cannot always live up to those. But you think that they can. You think that they can, and then you're disappointed. Yeah. And you're like, why did I do? Yeah. Again, unfair. I got this in the last reading, the Justice card reversed. Unfair. I'm disappointed. I'm just so, you get over focused on what you lose or what you lost. And you start to doubt in your own abilities, which is sad. It is not fair. You are disappointed. I get that. It's almost like, okay, I'm getting the weirdest sensation right now. And it's so bizarre. I feel like it's definitely part of the reading. It's like, this. You know that you do this. This is a cycle for you. We started off with the World card. You know that you do this thing where you go against your intuition. You see the people for who they really are, and you see their weaknesses, but you're like, oh, it's okay. You have a great imagination, and you imagine them into something that they cannot be. And then you get really disappointed, and you're like, why can't, this is not fair. Why can't I make my powers work? Like, why can't my real life match my imagination? It's not fair. And you're feeling desperate. Yeah. And you know that desperation will only lead to more problems. But then you're stuck with like, well, okay, like, do I move forward or do I stay still? Do I move forward or do I stay still? And that's also a problem that you face in these situations, and perhaps the situation where you are having trouble letting go, is that, you just, maybe you want to move forward and another entity wants to stay the same, or vice versa, or, and it creates upset, and it creates problems for you. And it gets just to be like these polar opposites pulling in the polar opposite directions. Yeah, there's a Lover's card reversed again. All right, yeah, so literally for some of you, this is like a breakup situation that you're talking about here. I didn't say that in the last reading, but it applies whenever I see the Lover's card, but it's reversed. So it's a separation, discord. Some words were said that were not nice and caused unhappiness. Yeah, there's a lot here. I mean, yeah, I feel like a lot of you guys are going to benefit from talking to somebody, and I know that's not easy, but there's a lot of people out there who may be, okay, yeah. Healing. Let's see, how do you heal? Okay. All right. Okay, so I see healing for you. That's good. Talking to people might be good. You might want to talk to an empathetic person who understands feelings. If you can find that, be great to be a therapist, but maybe somebody in your community also, but somebody empathetic who understands feelings, who is understanding of that, and someone you feel safe with, and someone who will just give you time to let you tell your story and make sense of it through the telling. I see that as being helpful for you. I also see you taking on more of a perspective of like, look, what's not for me is not for me. And there's not a damn thing I can do about that. And that's okay. That's actually liberating. Because then I don't need to chase things. I can let things come to me. I can become magnetic instead of chasing things and trying to make my imaginary fantasies come true, when that's just not really, like, maybe I can just live my life and be happy and let these imaginary fantasies come to me instead of me trying to make them happen and taking such a deliberate, I guess you could say I'm talking about manifestation on some level, but yeah, not chasing after so much as like, all right, let me just be happy. Let me find a way to make life fun for me again. And yeah, I do see you talking to somebody who understands emotions well and will have a lot of patience and will just let you tell your story. And maybe to start, you tell your story to yourself. You journal it or you write it or whatever. You're the only audience member. But I do see like the positive influence of like letting someone bear witness to your story. And obviously it should be someone safe and kind. Whatever that looks like. Finding a way to make it safe for you. All right, so I hope that was helpful for you, pile number 2. It's a really interesting reading. Thank you. If you like that, please feel free to like and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in the next reading. Bye. Hello, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. Today's reading is about what's going to help you let go, whether that's a person, a situation, a resentment, anything that's on your mind. I hope that this will be an empowering reading for us all, and at the very least provide some clarity. So let's just jump in and get started and see what's going on here. Wow, in all 3 readings today, the justice, unfair card. We humans, we do want fairness. We're just inclined that way. The justice card appears reversed again. It's not fair. Yes, that's a big part of why you can't get rid of it. Something. It's like you are very stuck. I feel a lot of, wow. I mean, these are some powerful cards. Whew. I feel pain. I feel pain, and I'm sorry that you guys have had to go through this pain. I feel that pain of the Three of Swords looking at this right now, and I feel that pain of like you just feel frozen. I'm sorry that whatever happened to you. I feel the sadness, and is there anything else that these cards, I feel like this just arrived with a whoop, you know what I'm saying? Like, pain in the neck, that's what I'm getting, a pain in the neck. Didn't get what you wanted. Vulnerable. Okay, yeah. Some of you, it's like, yeah, you opened yourself up to something, somebody, whatever, and it's like that line from that movie that I love, Silver Linings Playbook, where she says, oh, what is it? I opened up to you and you judged me. And I love her in that movie. Jennifer Lawrence. I love her in that movie. That's an interesting one. So yeah, I see that. You let yourself be vulnerable, and the person did not, this is weird because I'm getting the Seven of Cups here, and it's like, what the F is this? Okay, on one level, I can read as, okay, the person turned out to be a snake because there's literally a snake there. I get that you feel kind of fooled by this person or the situation. I'm sorry if I say person or situation more than the other. I'm just kind of trying to get these messages out the best I can, and sometimes it doesn't make sense in the moment. Okay, wow. Hierophant again. The Devil. Manipulation. Okay. Oh, I feel like some of you got manipulated into an unfair situation. Maybe under the guise of something non-traditional or something. Whether that's business, like, oh, I don't know. I'm just throwing an example out there, like handshake deal or something. Like, let's do it non-traditional. I'm a good person kind of thing. Or, oh gosh. Yeah. Oh, I feel like some of you guys are really questioning your own sense of like reality after this. And I really feel for you. I hope you're safe and that you will find your bearings. And, you should always be able to talk to someone. I feel like, should I leave like a crisis number? I just feel the heaviness for you. And I'm not going to go into all that, but yeah, I just feel the heaviness for you and my heart goes out to you. Okay. So yeah, I feel like you feel like someone bait and switched. And what I feel is just you being so upset about it, and there is a scenario though. Let me just say, and I get that this has been an exhausting, painful experience for you. There is a scenario where you are not so upset about this. Because I think that the way that it unfolded, it's like you gave it all your power, and that's not in a blaming you way. It's just what happened. Sometimes that happens. We're humans. We do stuff like that sometimes. And you cannot believe yourself, and you cannot believe other people. It really lands like trauma to me. It lands like, oh my gosh, like, how do I trust people again? And some of you might have you guys heard of cognitive processing therapy, CPT? That's a great kind of trauma therapy that you guys should look up. And maybe some of you, if you can, find a therapist who works with that, because it talks about how the trauma made you change your relationship to yourself, change your relationship to other people, change your relationship to the world, and that kind of fracture. Okay, yeah. So, all right. I think I'm going to pull a few more cards. Okay. There's good news on the horizon. Don't worry, there's good news. Okay, so we have the Two of Cups, which is a joining. It could be a new love, could be a new opportunity, a new chance to join with somebody or something, though. And I see it being a positive thing. I see that helping you heal and come out of this nightmare that you've been in. And I mean, what I just want to say is, for some of you, what happened was not normal. So, you know, I suggest everybody get the help and support that they need. There's different ways you can get support out there. So then we have the death card reversed, which is like resistance to change. And I see it being like you, let me get a clarifier on that. Okay, a cycle. You have to do a little work on just understanding your cycles and your patterns and your, like, maybe your attachment style. And I think self-exploration is the key here. But first, I think you guys got to get safe, and you guys got to just take some good care of yourself. But then after that, I think it's about, let's look at these patterns. Let's look at these cycles, and how can I break this? And don't make it this big bad wolf thing. Just make it something like, all right, let me just keep trying. Let's try again. Let's try again. Let's try again. A little pain, or a lot in some cases, is part of the deal. Take care of yourself, but don't stay off the horse too long is what I'm getting. As long as it's safe. All right. Thank you, file number 3, for listening. If you like that, please like and subscribe. Bye.